You may not understand why, but for the last 3 nights, someone has been whispering your name into heaven's winds. And tonight, it finally reached the right ears. That's why you're here. That's why this is happening now. Because Archangel Michael heard that whisper, and what he saw after that broke his mighty heart. So, he flew with all his might to reach you. Yes, you. Before something irreversible happens. Before we go further, beloved, this message was meant to find you. It was written in a divine book with your name inked in stars. If you're reading this, that means heaven chose you. But only if you stay till the end, only if you don't scroll away, only if you listen with your soul, will you understand why a secret has been hidden from you your entire life. So before this message disappears forever, subscribe to this message from heaven. Say, I accept this truth in your heart. Because what you're about to hear is not a prediction. It's a warning, a blessing, a miracle, all wrapped into one. And I need you to promise you won't skip it this time. Today is June 21st, but the angels have been watching since the 3rd. And someone in heaven, someone who used to hold you or laugh with you or cry over you when you weren't looking, has been asking God for just one thing. Please let them know the truth. Now, please let them not skip this again. That prayer was heard. And the name they mentioned, it was yours. Beloved, Archangel Michael is not here by accident. He's not standing beside you with trembling wings and fierce protection because of coincidence. He's here because he's seen what's about to happen. And he's begging you not to turn your back on this one message that can change the next 9 years of your life. He's seen what's coming. And you have no idea how close you are to missing the thing you've prayed for every single night. Yes, you are this close to a breakthrough, but also dangerously close to heartbreak. And here's what no one told you. There's a decision you'll make this week. A small one. It'll look normal, even boring. But in heaven's eyes, it is the decision. The decision that separates you from everything you've ever wanted or everything you feared. Which one it turns out to be depends on what you do after reading this. There's something Archangel Michael is revealing only now because heaven had to wait until you were spiritually strong enough. It's a truth about a message from someone who passed on. They didn't get to say it before they left and it's haunted them. They've tried so many times to send it to you in dreams, in signs, in that strange moment when a song plays that reminds you of them. But today, Michael decided it was time to step in himself because the pain of silence has gone on too long. This person loved you in a way nobody else could. They saw your future. They saw what you could become. And now, even from the other side, they still haven't stopped fighting for your peace, for your love, for your truth. Archangel Michael says they're trying to send you one final piece of the puzzle before it's too late. You weren't supposed to know this until years later. But something changed. Your name was shouted in heaven yesterday morning. Do you know what that means? It means God himself paused time for just a moment to listen, to send help, and to allow Michael to deliver a miracle through this message. That's why this message found you now, because heaven had to force it into your path before you made a mistake that couldn't be undone. There's a financial blessing waiting, but there's also a betrayal close to your shoulder. And even now, you are not meant to carry the weight of these decisions alone or move through this season without guidance, clarity, and direction from heaven. My child, I see the struggle you have been facing, the stress about finances, the silent worries that stay in your heart, and the moments where you feel uncertain about what comes next. You have been asking for peace, and that answer is already on its way. You are not meant to stay stuck in fear, you are meant to walk forward with purpose, with faith, and with clear steps every day. That is why a simple system has been placed in front of you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system, a path where each day brings you a focused prayer, a small financial action, and clear direction to help you move ahead. No pressure, no confusion, just steady progress toward peace and stability. If something inside you feels ready, if you are ready to change your situation, take that first step today. This could be the moment your life begins to change. You will find the link in the description, and in the pinned comments below. There's a soulmate watching you, but there's also someone from your bloodline trying to block you. There's a miracle forming in your name, but there's also a curse trying to attach itself to you before June ends. Archangel Michael is holding the line between them. But he needs one thing from you: to not skip this again, because the next 48 hours are the turning point. This is where everything shifts. He's seen what happens if you listen and what happens if you don't. The person in heaven who sent this message tried everything. Candles, wind, electricity, whispers at 2:44 a.m., but you never heard it until now. Until Michael himself touched your name in the divine registry and said, "Enough. Let me deliver it. Let me speak to them directly." And now he is. This is your moment. And I'll tell you something even more powerful. Michael has never spoken like this before. Not even during wars. Not even during storms. But when your name was spoken, he felt something he hasn't felt in thousands of years. Heartbreak. Because he saw how much love you deserve and how much pain you've been carrying. He saw the truth that you hide your strength under silence. That you pretend you're okay when you're not. That you've been waiting for a sign, a breakthrough, a reason to believe again. And so Michael made a divine request to step into your life, not with swords but with a letter. This message. This is it. Keep reading, because the miracle doesn't happen at the start. It happens near the end. Always. And don't think the timing is accidental either. You're reading this because something is coming to your home within the next 3 days. It could be a letter, a phone call, an unexpected knock, something that holds an answer you weren't expecting. But also a choice. You'll be asked to choose something soon. And if you don't remember this message in that moment, you might choose wrong. Archangel Michael says, this isn't a warning. It's a rescue. He's rescuing you from unseen spiritual attacks, from people around you, wearing false faces, from a decision you almost made that would have changed your future. And he's also rescuing your gift. Yes, you have a gift, something rare, something divine, but someone tried to cover it with shame years ago. And since then, you've doubted it. You've let it sleep. You've let your power go quiet. Michael says, no more, because you're meant to help others. You're meant to shine. And that's why this blessing is coming. But only if you accept it. Only if you let go of fear. Only if you allow the person in heaven to finally tell you what they've been holding back. Their message. I'm sorry I didn't tell you how special you were. I knew, but I didn't say it. And now that I've seen what's coming for you, I need you to know I'm proud of you. Even when no one claps for you, I do every time from here. I see you. And Michael confirms it. He says, you are more important to heaven than you realize. That's why you were stopped here. That's why you feel that strange chill. That's why your name won't stop ringing in heaven's halls right now. You're being called into a new season. But you must finish reading. You must stay open. You must not ignore what your heart is trying to tell you. This isn't a video. This isn't content. This is a divine message, a lifeline, a holy interruption. And beloved, it's not done yet. The reason Archangel Michael begged heaven to let this message reach you is because time is slipping. Not in hours or minutes, but in spiritual terms. There's a window that's only open for a short time. And if you pass it by without realizing it, you'll wonder why certain blessings stayed stuck just outside your reach. He's seen your patience, how long you've waited. He knows that people often underestimate you. He knows that they look at your silence and mistake it for weakness. But heaven never made that mistake. God has watched you carry pain with grace that could have broken someone else. You didn't give up. Even on days when your soul screamed and nobody noticed. That's why this message is sacred, because it's not just a message. It's a release. A release from all the heaviness you've been quietly holding for too long. There's something you need to understand now. Something urgent. You are not forgotten. Not by God. Not by the person in heaven. Not by Archangel Michael. And the delay in your life wasn't punishment. It was protection. There's something you asked for before. A relationship, a decision, a person. Heaven didn't say no. Heaven said, wait, because what was going to arrive at that time would have destroyed the version of you that exists now. But today, Michael says, your spirit is strong enough. You're ready. Ready to hear the truth. Ready to receive the truth. Ready to accept the miracle. But you have to be careful, because there's someone who's about to return. Someone from your past. And this return might feel comforting at first. But Michael warns, it's not love. It's a test. They are returning not to build but to block. And if you don't remember this moment, this divine message, you might open the door too wide. Be wise, because someone new is trying to enter your life too. Someone sent by God, someone who sees you differently than anyone ever has. But you must make space for this person. You can't keep holding the past in one hand and expect the future to reach out and take the other. Let go. Let go of what has already taught you the lesson. Let go of what continues to drain your soul. Because there is someone in heaven who is working overtime to guide you toward the love you always deserved but never fully received. Michael says, I've seen it. I've seen what your life can look like if you allow yourself to trust this message. He sees you waking up with peace again. He sees the weight lifting off your shoulders, not slowly but instantly, like a sudden release. He sees abundance where there was lack. He sees laughter in the rooms where you once cried alone. He sees you receiving a message, a real one, on your phone that will make your heart race and your knees buckle. Not out of fear, but because it'll finally feel like the universe said yes. Yes to your love, yes to your stability, yes to your protection. But there's one more thing. Heaven asked Archangel Michael to deliver a secret. And he's not allowed to say it directly. But if you stay with this message just a little longer, you will feel it, because it's not just about the person in heaven. It's not just about the betrayal being hidden from you right now. It's about your divine destiny. There's something you came here to do. Something you've always felt but never had the words for. And lately, life has been trying to distract you from that path. Every delay, every rejection, every confusing emotion you couldn't explain, those were the shadows trying to blur your soul's memory. But today, heaven is clearing the fog. Michael is standing in front of you with his hand extended, not forcing, not shouting, just gently offering. Come, he says, come walk into what was always meant for you. And that's when the chills hit, because your spirit knows this isn't just another message. Your spirit knows you've waited years to hear these words. Your higher self has been calling out for truth, and now it's here. So listen, someone you loved who is now in heaven saw what's been happening in your home. They saw who's been talking behind your back. They saw who's pretending to love you but is secretly holding envy in their heart. And they couldn't stay silent anymore. So they prayed and God listened and Michael flew. They want you to be warned, not out of fear, but out of preparation, because soon you'll be asked to attend something unexpected. A gathering, a call, a meeting, and in that moment, a piece of truth will slip through someone's lips. You must remember this message in that moment, because if you do, you'll see it clearly. You'll finally see who has been delaying your miracle. But even more, you'll finally see who's been protecting it. Michael says, the greatest shift in your life is happening this week. You might not feel it immediately, but your spirit already knows. That's why you've been more emotional. That's why your sleep's been strange. That's why you've had dreams that don't make sense. Because heaven has been trying to talk to you in symbols. This is their final attempt to make you understand. You are being called. You are being chosen. And yes, you are being protected. But that protection will only work if you listen. If you don't skip, if you don't doubt yourself like you always do. Believe in the divine plan. Again. Believe that your name is known in heaven's book. Believe that the person who passed away didn't forget you. They've been watching, waiting, hoping that you'd see the signs. And now they've handed this message to Michael and said, deliver this. Tell them everything. So he did. And now it's in your hands. Will you finish it? Will you honor the one who loved you even after death? Will you open your heart to what's waiting on the other side of this message? There's more to reveal. This is only halfway. Michael says this clearly now. The greatest danger is not the enemy you see. It's the one who smiles beside you while secretly removing your blessings one by one. There's someone close who knows your spirit is rare. They can't copy your light. So, they've tried to dim it. They speak gently in your presence, but their prayers don't include your name. They whisper curses instead, not with black magic, but with envy, with resentment, with quiet sabotage. And the worst part, you still love them. You've defended them. You've let them close because your heart doesn't know how to give up on people. But beloved, you must walk away from those who speak to God about you only to blame you. You must close the door gently but firmly on anyone who made you doubt your worth. Michael says, your miracle is sitting just outside your doorway. But if the wrong soul is in the room when it arrives, heaven will pull it back. This is the part you don't want to hear, but you must. There are two outcomes forming in the spiritual realm for your life. One is full of tears, delay, confusion, more betrayal. The other overflow, breakthrough, deep love, financial ease. Which one unfolds depends on your choices this week. That's why Michael rushed to you today. Because even one skipped sign, one small act of denial could place you on the wrong path. And the soul in heaven who asked Michael to speak this truth, they are watching now, hoping you'll stay, hoping you'll remember their voice even after they've left the earth. Do you feel it yet? That stirring in your stomach, that ache in your chest, that's your soul remembering what your mind forgot. Because this truth, this very one, is not new to you. It's something you knew as a child, before the pain, before the losses, before life taught you to guard your heart like a prisoner guards a secret. But now, Michael is telling you, stop hiding the truth of your destiny behind the lies of those who didn't see your value. The time has come to accept what's always been yours. A financial miracle that was delayed, not denied. And even now, you are not meant to carry the weight of these unanswered questions alone or walk through this season without guidance, clarity, and direction from heaven. My child, I see the weight you have been carrying. The quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. That is why a simple path has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. Each day you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you regain control. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated. Just small faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, begin today. Do not delay this moment. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment below. A divine connection that was protected until you were healed enough to receive it. A new home, a new start, a rebirth. This is what Michael saw when your name was shouted in heaven 3 days ago. And that's not metaphor. It was real. 3 days ago, during a spiritual council, an ancestor who loved you stood up and said, "Please, if we wait any longer, they'll miss it, let them hear the truth now." And God said, "Then let Michael deliver it," and here you are. You didn't stumble across this. Your soul was brought here by divine wind, by prayer, by purpose. And if you keep reading, if you let this message fully unlock, you'll remember what heaven's been trying to tell you for years. You are meant to lead, but not in a loud way. In a sacred way. You've always been the one people lean on. You've always been the one to love without needing anything back. But now heaven is pouring something back into you. And it starts with truth. So here it is. The person in heaven says, "You've forgotten who you are. Let me remind you, you are the one who carries our name. The one whose voice can shift generations. The one who broke patterns that destroyed others. The one who is chosen not because of perfection but because of resilience. And if you ever doubt your power, just remember this one thing. I would choose you 1,000 times over. Even from the other side, I still choose you." And Michael confirms it. He adds, "That's why I've come. Because your miracle isn't a wish. It's a promise. A promise that was made before you were born. A promise your soul remembers, but your pain buried. But now we dig it back up. Now we uncover what was hidden. Because the next 14 days will show you everything. Expect strange signs, feathers where they shouldn't be, dreams that feel like they happened, people randomly confessing things, an opportunity that looks small but feels magnetic, a shift in your body that you can't explain, and most of all, a feeling, a deep, still, supernatural knowing something is coming. Michael says, do not fear the shift. Embrace it because this time the shift is not breaking you. It's birthing you. And you need to hear this. You are not cursed. You are not too late. You are not forgotten. You are not ruined. You are not alone. You are exactly where you were always meant to be when heaven chose this moment to open your eyes. And even though it hurts, even though you've been through far more than anyone realizes, you are being rebuilt, not from pain, but from purpose, because your name is still holy. Your path is still blessed, and the heavens still speak your name with reverence. But this time, beloved, don't scroll past the miracle. Let it enter. Let it settle. Let it rise. And when it does, you will understand why Michael cried when he first looked at your soul. Because he saw a child of God who fought silent battles and never gave up. He saw someone who needed just one confirmation to believe again. And now he's given it to you right now in this moment. This is your sign. This is your miracle. This is your message from heaven. And if you're ready, truly ready, type these words in your spirit. I accept. I remember. I receive. And watch what unfolds in the next 72 hours. Archangel Michael is standing in front of you now. Spiritually, not symbolically. And with all the authority given to him by God, he places something invisible but powerful into your hands. A scroll sealed, etched with golden words only your soul can understand. It contains what has been hidden from you since childhood. Your divine timeline. There's something on it that will make your heart stop for a moment. It shows the version of you that was meant to rise. The version that never got broken by betrayal, never got silenced by fear, never got slowed down by delay. That version is still within you, waiting to awaken. This message was written to help you remember that version because God never gave up on it. Even when you did, Michael says softly, now, your miracle will not be loud. It will not be thunder. It will be a whisper that comes in when you're quiet. When you least expect it, when you stop forcing, when you simply receive, and this is the hard part. Receiving. You've given so much. You've poured your soul out for people who wouldn't even notice if you disappeared. You've bent yourself to fit inside places that were never meant for your spirit. And now you're tired. But heaven says enough. No more shrinking. No more settling. No more watering yourself down to be accepted. Because the moment you say yes to the truth of this message is the moment heaven shifts. Michael whispers, the miracle is not coming. It has already begun. Heaven's timeline moves faster than Earth's. And 3 days ago, when your name was written into the registry of transformation, your miracle was set in motion. Now it's racing toward you. It may come disguised. In a phone call you didn't expect, in an apology you never thought you'd hear. In a door closing that you thought would devastate you but ends up saving your entire future. You'll know it by the way your body reacts. You'll feel it. Your hands will tingle. Your chest will lift. Your heart will whisper. This is it. And the person in heaven who asked for this message to be delivered, they'll be smiling, watching, rejoicing, because they knew that if you could just hear the truth at the right time, your entire destiny would align again. And now it has. Michael urges one last thing. Be careful who you speak to this week. Not everyone deserves access to this new version of you. Some people knew you when you were uncertain, insecure, unsure. They fed off your hesitation. But the you who is emerging now, the one who's holding the scroll of their divine timeline, that version is undeniable. You will walk into rooms and feel the atmosphere shift. You will say no without guilt. You will receive money you didn't chase. You will attract souls that nourish instead of drain. You will feel heaven close, not just in moments but all the time. Because now you remember. You remember that you are not average. You are not replaceable. You are not a coincidence. You were chosen. Chosen to hear this. Chosen to shift. Chosen to rise. And now, as this message begins to settle into your spirit, Michael folds his wings around you. Not because you are weak, but because he knows what you've survived to get here. And he wants you to know. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not invisible. You are seen. You are rising. You are loved so deeply, so powerfully, so eternally that even a soul in heaven couldn't rest until you receive this truth. And if you've stayed this far, if your heart is still open, if your soul is still listening, then you are ready. Ready for the miracles already en route to your door. Ready for the answers that will arrive before the 21st of June. Ready for the moment you wake up and realize. It was never about who left or what you lost or how long it took. It was always about this moment, this message rebirth. Now breathe. Say silently or out loud if you dare. I remember who I am. I reclaim what was mine. I receive what heaven prepared. I will not skip my miracle because you won't. Not this time. Heaven is watching. Michael is smiling. And the soul who sent this to you. They're whispering now over and over again. Thank you for listening. Thank you for not giving up. Thank you for finally hearing me. This is your moment, your miracle, your message, and it is complete. But your journey, beloved, it's only just beginning. As the scroll in your spirit begins to unfold, something sacred happens. Your heart beats differently. Your breath slows. Your body no longer feels like it's carrying a secret weight because it's not. You've just released years of silent pain without even knowing it. By staying through this message, you've said yes to healing. Archangel Michael now speaks to your soul directly. You have waited long enough. The gates are open. The blockages are removed. Your name has been cleared in heaven's records. Now all you have to do is walk forward. No more questioning if you're good enough. No more asking for signs and then doubting them. This message was the sign. The one the person in heaven has tried to send so many times before. The one you saw in numbers, in feathers, in songs, in strange timings. The one you dismissed. But not this time. This time you stayed. And in doing so, you rewrote your next chapter. Do you feel the difference already? In your thoughts. In your heart. That stillness isn't silence. That's peace. And it's what the soul in heaven prayed you'd finally taste again after all the noise. All the hurt, all the trying. This moment is what they worked for. You've crossed into a new energetic realm now. The realm of restoration. Everything you lost will be returned. Everything they took will be replaced with something better. Every time you were overlooked, God will now make sure you're placed in the front row of your blessings. But Michael gives one final instruction, and it is important. Protect what is coming. It won't always be obvious at first. The miracle may arrive disguised in a challenge. The blessing may look like a breakdown, but it is divine. He says, do not curse what God is using to bless you. Even if it comes through a person you didn't expect, even if it arrives on a day you thought was ruined, even if you feel unworthy in the moment, receive it anyway. You've been made worthy by the journey. Every tear you cried when no one was watching, heaven recorded them. Every time you gave when you had little, heaven multiplied it. Every secret fear you carried into your prayers, God heard them. And that's why you're being elevated now. Because your name has always been written on the altar of divine justice. And justice, beloved, is arriving. So don't be surprised when people suddenly reach out with apologies. Don't be shocked when old doors reopen. Only this time, you're the one with the key. Don't be afraid when big opportunities appear out of nowhere. They are not tests. They are confirmation. This is the proof of what was prophesied over your soul before you even took your first breath. You are not who they said you were. You are not what the past tried to shape you into. You are not broken. You are not cursed. You are called. You are blessed. And you are now entering what heaven calls your recompense season. It means everything owed will be returned tenfold. Because God is not just a God of beginnings. He's a God of full circles. And this message, it just completed one. A circle that began with silence now ends with revelation. A circle that began with heartbreak now ends in hope. And the person in heaven who made this possible, their mission is now complete. They finally reached you. They finally helped you see. They finally gave you the truth. Now they can rest and now you can rise. But don't let this be just another beautiful message you forget by tomorrow. Let this live inside you. Let it move your decisions. Let it light up your prayers again. And if you ever feel yourself slipping back into doubt, return here. Reread it. Close your eyes. Remember Michael's voice. Remember their voice. Remember who you are. Because you are the one the miracle was always waiting for. And now that you've received it, nothing will be the same again. So walk forward. Walk with peace. Walk with your head high because heaven has spoken. Archangel Michael has delivered. And the rest, beloved, is already written in gold. Your miracle has started. Now go live it. And as you begin to rise, Archangel Michael walks beside you. Not in front, not behind, but beside you. Because from this moment on, you are not a follower of miracles. You are the carrier of them. You don't need to chase signs anymore. They will chase you. You don't need to beg for love anymore. It will pour into your life so effortlessly, you'll wonder how you ever settled for anything less. You don't need to prove your worth to anyone. The universe, heaven, and the angels have already declared it. Michael says with power in his voice, now tell them they don't need to fix themselves first. They are already chosen in their mess. They are already loved in their imperfection. They are already held even when they feel like they're falling. And maybe that's what you needed to hear all along. That you never had to earn this. That you never had to be stronger or better or faster. That your miracle was never about performance. It was about alignment. And now that you've aligned by receiving this message, everything changes. The spiritual world moves first. It always has. And right now, your name is echoing in that realm. Angels are speaking it. The wind is carrying it. Even the stars tonight will pulse with energy tied to your soul. Because you said yes. Because you stayed. Because you believed. Even if it was only a mustard seed of faith, it was enough to move the divine. And now your life will reflect what your soul already knows. That this chapter will be different. It will be blessed not because it's perfect, but because you are awake now. You see what you couldn't see before. You know what you used to doubt. You feel what used to be numb. And that, beloved, is what it means to be reborn. Not in your body, but in your calling, in your clarity, in your courage. Now, Michael gives you one final truth. It is sacred. Few are given these words. But because you stayed, because you honored the message, he opens his scroll once more and declares. You are one of the ones who shift bloodlines. You are the one who breaks what your family could not. You are the one who carries the crown they dropped. You are the one your ancestors begged heaven to protect. You are the one the enemy feared you'd remember. And now you have. So what happens next? Miracles in unexpected places in unusual timing in forms your mind could never predict. Your heart will feel them first. Trust that because your soul is older than your doubt and your spirit is stronger than your fear. From this day on, you will not be haunted by what you didn't know. You will be guided by what you've remembered. This message is not ending. It is activating. Every word you've just read lives in you now. Every paragraph was placed by divine strategy. And somewhere far beyond the clouds and time, the soul who begged heaven to deliver this to you is whispering in peace. They got it. I can rest now. And Archangel Michael. He smiles, his wings lift, and he says one last thing as he rises back into heaven's light. It is done. Your miracle has started, and nothing can stop it now. And remember, beloved, these messages continue reaching souls because of people like you. We run entirely on viewer support. If you'd like to help keep this mission and these messages reaching more hearts, you can support us with a coffee through the link in the description. God bless you.